My name is Tom Collier. I am your current chairman of the Hubbardston Cable Advisory Committee here in Hubbardston. And we're on our public access channel, WHPA. I'm here today to talk about the 250th celebration that's coming up. And with me to answer some questions and share information with me and you today is Katie Young. Katie is the person who came forward and picked up the mire as we were stumbling towards trying to get started, and has really driven the engine and made this whole thing come to fruition. Katie, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start. I know you've got this broken down in certain segments, so let's go through that, and then let's start wherever you want to start.
You want to start with the parade?
Sure, the parade would be good.
All right. The parade is starting at 10 a.m. Lineup is 9:30 in the morning. People and animals can safely line up and wait for their spot in the Hubbardston Center School parking lot. The floats will line up in order, hopefully as best as possible, on Elm Street. The police will be shutting down Elm Street for a short period of time while they line up. When the parade starts, it will go down Main Street all the way down to the rec field, where the people and whoever, like the vehicles that will be in the touch a truck section in the fair, can go safely into the fair, and that way they're out of the way, and the floats that are not staying at the fair can safely go past. Main Street will be shut down for at least an hour, maybe two. We do have quite the parade. I was actually pleasantly surprised with how many businesses and local groups have stepped up for the parade. We have over 15 different floats of all different types. We have a few marching groups. We have a marching band. We have two regular bands on flatbeds that will be playing. We have at least 20 all different types of unique vehicles, ranging from antique to like the DeLorean and the Salvador tank, to hot rods and different vehicles of all sorts. Some are advertisers. But the parade's going to be actually quite entertaining. We have children chucking candy at a few different locations, so there will be stuff to, come down and watch and see. It's going to be quite the spectacle.
That's great. So let's go back and just make sure we cement the date down. That's June the 17th.
Correct.
Okay, great. And that's really inspiring, what you're talking about, in the participation of local businesses and people to have floats in the parade. I mean, I know I get into the senior center quite often, and I am also involved in several other organizations in town, and this whole thing has been almost every meeting we have some kind of a conversation of, is it or isn't it? So that's really refreshing, and it's good to hear. So the parade will start here at the center school and end up at the rec field.
Yes.
So what goes on next?
Well, the rec field, we have a fair going on all day. Technically the hours are noon to 6, but that is driven because of the one-day pour license for our beer and wine garden. Now, the parade will be ending at the rec field. So basically it's going to start as parade participants end up going into the rec field. Now we have well over 100 vendors. I do have a gazebo all day that is filled with all different types of singing groups, bands, musicians of all different types playing all day long. We have multiple types of food. 3 food trucks, all-American barbecue. We have ice cream, fried dough, slushies, baked goods, Girl Scouts doing water bottle and lemonade stand. We have all kinds of great things. And then we have all kinds of entertainment. Some of it is free, some of it is a small dollar amount. We have an animal petting zoo. We have a reptile show. We have 2 chainsaw carvers, one that will be doing chainsaw carving all day long, and another one who I have commissioned to make a bench for the town, a specialty item. I have a Top Dog custom electrocution and torching section where he's going to be doing demonstrations all day of woodworking. I have The Cub Scouts will be doing their space regatta in Boulder Wall. I have a bounce house. I have face painting and balloon twisting. I have the Dayspring Church is going to be doing games and things with the kids. I have a group out of Barry that's going to be doing cornhole. I have a whole touch of truck section that will have all different types of trucks that the kids can go walk through and see. And all the vendors and a lot of groups are going to be doing different types of giveaways and things to, sign up for raffles. I also have the Firefly Caravan. They'll be doing 2 different shows. They are like fire breathing demonstrations, flinging, burning things. They'll be doing 2 different demonstrations. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that. That's going to be pretty cool. And then I also have Trevor the Games Man, who will be walking around all day. He does stilt walking and he plays games, and at the end of the day he'll be doing stuff with the kids like parachuting and ribbons and things like that. And I also have Eddie, the local magician from town, Eddie Raymond. He will be doing at least 3 hours of up close personal magic walking around in our fair, and it's going to be quite the day. I do have busing running from 11:30 to last call is basically 6:30, so that way the buses can end at 7. 2 big yellow school buses going to all the parking in town, and the busing is provided to us by John McCarthy. Thank you, John. And we have his parking lot, the bus depot, to park in. We have the Hubbardston Center School to park in. We also have Go Green parking lot right next door. Thank you, Kelly, for parking there. And down at Rieta Ranch, John down there is allowing us to use some parking down there as well. So the buses will be running all day back and forth to get people to the fair, because the fair itself, the rec field, there's not enough parking for the amount of people that I'm expecting.
That's great. Boy, did that answer a lot of questions, and I think probably the most important with the local Lions Club, since we run a fair there in September, parking is always a problem, and how could you do this? That's really going to be helpful to that. All right, well, let's move on. What's next?
Fireworks.
Oh, fireworks.
We managed to pull it off. I was having a massively hard time with fireworks and have been told no in so many different locations, but we finally managed to nail it down. The fireworks will be set off at the proposed Senior Center Municipal Building spot across the street from Go Green. We're far enough away from the chickens to make Bob at the Country Hen happy, and we're far enough away from the pallet factory that we can get permission to do this from the state. The viewing area will be at the rec field itself, so that will give a gap because the fireworks aren't until dusk, which is roughly around 9:15 at night. So there will be a gap, so that way the vendors can have time to pick up and clear out for the most part, to allow people to have a spot to put a blanket, sit down, and enjoy the fireworks at the end of the evening.
Boy, this is going to be a memorial service here. It's great. I mean, this is really well done and well thought out. Any other things you want to bring up?
Well, we have our t-shirts still.
I noticed the t-shirt, huh?
It's very nice. Our roots run deep, because they do in this town. You can get these t-shirts, and we also have long sleeve. T-shirts are $15. The long sleeves are $20. You can get them at the Country Trail. I will also have a booth at the fair itself where you can purchase them there. We do also have some commemorative buttons that we'll be giving away for free as well at the booth. So come on by and stop in and get your t-shirt. It's while supplies last, so when we run out, we run out.
I say that over and over and over again about that barbecue chicken dinner at Field Day, and it turns out that there's people waiting till the end and they're sold out. So people, don't wait too long. Let's get in there and buy those t-shirts. Help them support the funding of this whole effort. Katie, this sounds great. I appreciate your taking the time this morning to come in and talk to us. Is there anything else you want to put out at this time?
I just hope everyone comes down and enjoys us at the fair and has a good day and enjoys the parade. And I hope everyone just enjoys the day and just has a good time, because I've worked very hard doing this and I did this for everyone to enjoy.
Well, just close your eyes that day and have a good time yourself, and we'll take care of the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Katie Young talking about the 250th anniversary that we're going to have here in town on the 17th of this month in June. Hope you all come out and participate. Let's pay this young woman back for what she's done and the efforts she's put forward. And for WHPA, we'd like to get your input to this program and this kind of programming. We'd like to see all of our organizations and individuals who have issues or not, not the things that you're going to take to the select board necessarily, but if you've got something that you feel like this kind of venue would help advertise and get the word out, please let us know at the town office, and we'll see if we can set up an interview. WHPA signing off, and have a great, great celebration.